I thought UConn played a phenomenal game. A ton of credit to Coach Hurley and the staff and his team. They played with as we say, a gift of desperation. And the way they started the game, I think, was probably as important as any other thing that happened in the game. Our guys did a heck of a job fighting back, cutting the lead to one possession multiple times. But we obviously didn't get over the hump. We didn't get enough rebounds. We didn't get enough stops. And UConn deserves a ton of credit for that. Just really, really impressed with how they played. They're gonna win a ton of games and go a long way if they play like they did tonight.
Shaka, getting it within one possession, do you think it was just the length and physicality that kept you from getting rid of shots and rebounds that would have helped you get over the hump?
Yeah, I mean, their length and athleticism is as good as anyone in the league. But they played hard. They played, we always talk about playing with violence. They were the more violent team today. And, these games, I would imagine, are very, very challenging to officiate because pretty much every possession you could call something. I thought they just played with a better physicality. Our guys had a stretch there where, we kind of took that edge, but we didn't do it for long enough. And when we did cut the lead down, you could see they had real resolve. Their crowd was great. And they said, no, you're not coming in here and doing this. And I think for us, it's a great lesson. At the beginning of the season, we would play teams, and you could see they didn't really respect us. And, I think for whatever reason, whether it's, the fact that our guys have done some good things, earlier in this year, or where UConn was coming off a couple tough games, there was a level of respect on their part for everything they needed to do to win, and they did it.
Yeah, Warren's had a couple of good games against UC now. Is he just a tough matchup for you guys for some reason?
He's a good player. Yeah. I mean, a tough matchup for a lot of people. He's a good player. He's an old player. Tonight was a grown man's game, and he's a grown man. He just, he's a guy that he goes after the ball. His offensive rebounding was huge. He made some big plays. But yeah, I don't even know if it's so much us that he's a tough matchup for us. He's a tough matchup for a lot of people, and he's played well. Sonogo was terrific, and this is going to sound crazy, but actually I thought his baskets were more damaging, like mentally and emotionally, than they were on the scoreboard. Like, we can find a way to win with him getting 20-something if we do certain other things better. But you could tell it was demoralizing, when he made a lot of those plays. And we talked about that coming in. Giving up 46 points in the first half, that's not a recipe for winning on the road, and we need to be better.
That final push you made, you had a smaller lineup in there with Justin and Fire. That seems like counterintuitive against UConn. What do you like about what they're doing?
Well, we're just trying to find something that would work. When you put him at the 5, it gives you a different dynamic because you got a 5-man that can shoot out there. But, you still got to find a way to stop them. I thought our guys, when we were undersized, they did a good job digging out some plays on the other end. But the reality is Sonogo's a tough matchup no matter who we have at the 5. And rebounding-wise, we got to be way better. It's tough to win when you get out-rebounded by that much. Now, some of it is, we didn't play as well on offense as we need to play. We didn't have the poise we need to have. We forced a lot of shots around the basket that we could have got to 2 feet and done something better. But UConn had a lot to do with that.
What about Fernando makes his baskets demoralizing?
I think dunking in general is demoralizing when the other team dunks the ball. And then, he does what you're trying to keep him from doing. And, these guys are human beings. I think it's easy for us as coaches or media to look at them as machines or big, strong, athletic guys. But the reality is, like, there's a response emotionally, mentally to what happens, and he did what we try to take away from him, and that's a credit to him and his teammates and his coaches for putting him in that position. We can be better at that position and defending that spot, and it's a lesson for us. It's something that we can grow and learn from.
Omax was 7 of 8 on offense tonight. I think all season he's been doing all the little hustle defensive plays, but what do you like about his aggressiveness, like hunting the different shots?
Well, Omax and Justin were the two guys on our team that physically didn't take a back seat to UConn. I don't mean take a back seat like choose to, but they physically imposed themselves on the game at different stretches in the game, and I don't think we had enough guys to do that. Now it's easier said than done for sure when you're playing against Tyree Smart and the guys that they have. But I thought he did a good job getting in the paint, playing off 2 feet, and finishing.
This finishing off a stretch of 7 straight games you're playing against the top of the conference, opponents. How do you keep this fight going for the rest of the league?
One day at a time. I mean, I think we learned from the reason that we played well during that stretch is because we lost 3 games in a row to start the Big East, and there's a humility and a respect level for what goes into winning that came out of that. And so, tonight, UConn was the better team. So hopefully we can relearn that lesson and understand that wherever you go in this league and whoever you play, it's going to be challenges, and you got to bring your best.